All right. How are we doing? Ready? My hair okay? We all right? All right, here we go.
Hi, Don Stevens with you back at the War Memorial, where the Rochester Americans and the Binghamton Whalers are tied up, no score after one period.
Coming out in front, backhand and Pompeo shoots, he scores! Number 5!
A couple of years ago, when we were coming out of the COVID era and our first year back, I kind of felt like my performance as the voice of the Rochester Americans was declining somewhat. Nothing major, just not up to the caliber that I thought it should be. Maybe a little trouble explaining myself, more mistakes. My description of the play I didn't feel was as good, and the excitement level certainly hasn't been there. I've always said that I never want to embarrass the organization in these broadcasts, or for that matter, myself. I feel that I've given everything I have to this team, this job. And in fact, if I have a regret, it might be that I gave too much to the job and not enough to my family. I'm feeling right now like I've passed the peak of my abilities. And before I go too far on that downhill slide, I think it's time. The time has come. I'm announcing that this will be my last season behind the mic for the Rochester Americans. I've known for a long time this day was coming, this season was coming, but I can't just imagine how it would have ever come this fast.
And good evening, everybody. I'm Don Stevens, along with four-time AHL All-Star and former New York Ranger John Bednarski.
They score! Gage gets an assist! Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed history! Gage assisting on the Darcy Lowen goal. 566 career Amerks points. Judy Gage, the all-time Amerks points leader.
Left point for Lynch. Shot, knocked down. Ryan Miller on the ice. That's tipped loose, comes wide. Miller, a great glove save. Carried down, Krebs back to her side. Shot, he scored! The Amerks put it away. One-time shot in OT.
I think the season ahead is going to blow by like a flash. I'll still be doing a little over half the games this year in the reduced calendar, and the rest will be handled by the very capable Andrew Mossbrooks. I feel like you always want to go out on top, and I think I'm doing that. Right now I feel like I have the world by the tail. This is soon to be my 58th season of broadcasting, 40th year here in Rochester. And in all those years, this is the absolute best ownership and management group I have ever worked for. I receive unbelievable support from management and staff, both in Rochester and Buffalo. I'm treated well by the hockey department, the coaches, the staff, the players, the alumni. Also, those who are responsible for getting these broadcasts on the air, tremendous support, along with that of the building staff, game night staff, local media, the whole American Hockey League, and my fellow broadcasters in the league, my family and friends. And then there's the fans. It's just amazing, all of these years, the incredible support that I have received from the fans.
Sorry to interrupt, but turn around.
Why?
Turn around, look and see. What do you see?
Oh my gosh! Oh my
What
gosh.
do you see there? Look at that.
Holy cow! Oh,
That's outstanding.
This summer, I spent a lot of time reflecting on what I've done, what I've accomplished, and in my career, I am truly blessed. I've done hockey from coast to coast across Canada, the United States, and as far away as Davos, Switzerland. Soccer from Vancouver and Seattle to Miami and Puerto Rico. Baseball in Phoenix, Calgary, Hawaii. World team tennis in San Diego, Boston, New York, and a whole lot more. I've had the honor of working in some great venues around the country, like the LA Forum, New Orleans Superdome, Boston Gardens, Madison Square Gardens, and of course the Blue Cross Arena. I've been privileged to work with some very famous athletes, actors, comedians, broadcasters. Again, in my career, I have been truly blessed. So at this point, I'm not sure what's left to be accomplished. I can't even tell you how many awards that I've received from the Amerks, the American Hockey League, Rochester Press Radio Club, other media organizations. I'm in the Amerks Hall of Fame. There's a press box with my name on it. Who gets that?
Ladies and gentlemen, Amerks fans everywhere, the Don Stevens Press Box.
I have 7 championship rings. And in my career, I have received so much more than I deserve. But me being greedy, I'd like to see one more ring, please.
The Rochester Americans, the Calder Cup champions.
The good news is I get to do this for one more season. I hope we can all band together and make this the best season ever. I'm certainly going to work hard to do my part.
Let's go down to Don.
All right, hello everybody. Glad to have you all with us for it. Isn't it appropriate that it starts to snow? This is beautiful out here.
Good evening. We welcome you to the HSBC Arena for another game in the American Hockey League. As today, the Rochester Americans host the Cleveland Barons. I'm Don Stevens, along with the coach of the Amerks, that being Randy Cunnyworth. And Coach, you've locked up a playoff spot. You're the only team in the league to do so far. You've got some breathing room. So how do you keep your team motivated the rest of the way?
It's a narrow hallway here at the Rochester Americans office. Oh, there's a solid check by Nick. Into the sideboards goes Greg. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Blue Cross Arena. As today, the Rochester Americans meet the... Getting ready for Game 5 in the best of... well, take that one again. Do that over again. Here we got Chris Palmer with a couple tonight. Did you get a couple of goals out there?
Yeah, I got lucky. Go to the net with the playing with Cunnyworth and Gage was pretty easy.
So you're victorious. Now you got to go rub it in, right?
Yeah, well, Metter will do that for us. So we're in good shape there.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And go Amerks.